Shadow of the Erdtree, the latest addition to Elden Ring that promises new adventures, tougher bosses, and enough tears to water your houseplants. If you're into getting repeatedly slapped around by digital monstrosities, this DLC is your jam. First, let's talk about the Messmer fight, or as I like to call it, the Dance of 1,000 Deaths. You'd think they named it after a soothing hypnotist, but no, Messmer is actually the medieval term for rips your soul out through your nose. The strategy here is simple. Die repeatedly until you develop Stockholm Syndrome and start cheering for Messmer instead. Fun times! Then there's the Wicker Man, who looks like a creepy arts and crafts project gone wrong. At first glance, you'd think defeating this guy is impossible. He's the video game equivalent of your gym teacher saying, "Hey, why don't you just levitate to the top of the rope?" Turns out, after hours of frustration, the trick is to jump. That's right. You spend more time screaming at the screen than actually fighting. But once you master the art of pressing the jump button, it's like you've discovered fire. Now you can say, "I survived the Wicker Man by jumping." The map in Shadow of the Erdtree is vast, sprawling, and filled with more dark corners than an abandoned mansion. It's easy to get lost, both literally and metaphorically, in the immense labyrinthine landscape. You'll find yourself wandering through shadowy forests, eerie swamps, and desolate ruins, each area meticulously designed to make you question every life choice that led you to this point. The map is so large that by the time you reach the next checkpoint, you'll have grown a beard, learned a new language, and forgotten what sunlight looks like. Visually, the DLC sports an interesting dark color palette that can best be described as depression chic. Everything is draped in shades of grey, black, and the occasional muted green, creating an atmosphere that's 1 part gothic horror and 2 parts someone turned out the lights and never came back. It's like playing the game inside a haunted oil painting. You'll appreciate the artistry right up until something jumps out of the shadows and eviscerates you, repeatedly. Overall, Shadow of the Erdtree is perfect for anyone who enjoys punishment disguised as entertainment. It's like the developers went, "Let's make sure they cry real tears this time." If you love a challenge and have a weird desire to get repeatedly squashed by overpowered bosses, this DLC is for you. For everyone else, maybe take up knitting. In short, this is a masochistic journey through shadowy landscapes and impossible bosses that leaves you questioning your life choices. I give the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC a 9 out of 10.